Hi, this is Brian. Welcome to What Do I Do This Month? This is an opportunity to visit with you about some things that as we prepare for each month ahead of us here as far as the garden, the outdoors, some of our equipment that we use, and things like that. Just trying to get prepared and stay ahead and make sure we don't forget to do some important things. So today is the second day of March, and March is really an exciting month. It's the month of spring, and we all love spring, but honestly, here in the Red River Valley in our Zone 3, Zone 4 areas, spring is more like about a month away yet. But let's take a look at March. We have to remember now March 8th, daylight savings time returns, so we're going to have a little more light in the evening, less sun in the mornings. St. Patrick's Day. March 17th is also my granddaughter's birthday. Happy birthday, Evie. And then we got to look at spring starts on March 20th. Palm Sunday this year is March 29th. So if we still believe in planting by the moon, our full moon is on March 3rd and our new moon is on March 8th. So a waning moon is between the full moon and the new moon. And the waxing moon is between the new moon and the following full moon. So if we're trying to plant our gardens according to planting by the moon, waxing moons between full moon and new moon, that's when we want to plant our ground crops, below ground crops, our bulbs, and some of our perennials and biennials. Waxing moon, that's between the new moon and the next full moon. Then we want to concentrate on planting above ground crops and annuals. Now, here in the Red River Valley, we're not going to plant these outside. Now is a great time to get them started in the greenhouse, though. Greenhouse or a nice bright window in your home. And we'll talk more about those as we get an opportunity to do that. So some of the things that we should be thinking about specifically here for the month of March, things like getting our soil medium prepared. And, as we start planting things in our seed trays and potting things up, we want to make sure that we've got a good, nutritious, friable type of soil so we can get some good root structures underneath them. And so with me, as being a certified square foot gardening instructor, I got to rely on the old faithful and reliable Mel's mix created by Mel Bartholomew, which is 1/3 peat moss, 1/3 compost, blended compost if you can get them, and 1/3 vermiculite. This actually provides everything that you need for a good potting mixture. It also works good as a raised bed mixture in your gardens outdoors. And so as we get that soil medium ready to go, get that material put together, we also want to make sure that we clean out our seed trays. Anything that we used last year, we want to make sure that we're not transmitting diseases from last year to next year. So we want to make sure that we clean out our seed trays and any of our gardening tools that we've been working with. Hopefully most of them have been sitting outside or in some sort of protected structure, but in the cold. And so they've gone through some freezes. That helps. But to wash everything, rinse everything off in a 10% bleach solution. So 1 part bleach, 10 parts water. That's a real good mixture for disinfecting and cleaning. We don't need to worry about using any soap and things like that, but just dunk them in that 10% bleach solution, and that'll do everything that you needed to do for cleaning our potting like that. So we also want to make sure that we're getting our germination and our growth structures put together. Now I've got a greenhouse, and I also have a portable greenhouse that I set up in the house because it is cold out yet, and I'm not going to heat my greenhouse right now. It cost me an arm and a leg to heat that. But we want to get that set up and ready to go so that we've got either, like I said, either an indoor portable greenhouse or find a nice light-filled window on the south side of your house along with some grow lights. Make sure that they're working. We can start our onions early this month. Tomatoes and peppers later in the month. So again, if we go back to planting by the moon, the first part of our month is going to be our waning moon. So this is a good time to start our below ground crops, our bulbs, our perennials. We can get those going here now between now and the middle of the month. And then our waxing moon, or the later part of the month, that's a good time then to start our tomatoes, our peppers, even some of our annuals. So make sure that we clean the snow off of our raised beds. Why do we want to get that, worry about that? Well, first of all, it's going to help with drying out that soil. We don't want to plant, especially in the clay that we have up here in the Red River Valley. It takes forever for that stuff to dry out. So if we can get the snow off the top of that, let that sun get at that hard clay soil, it'll help to dry that out, warm that soil up, and it'll make sure that we can get in there just a little bit earlier with some of our cold season crops that we want to put out. So make sure that we get those cleaned off, get the snow off of the top of them. What about our equipment? You know, we're going to be looking now with spring coming. We want our mowers running, our blowers, our trimmers, those types of things. Make sure that we, if we haven't yet, let's change the oil on those. Sharpen your mower blades. An ethanol blend, make sure that you treat that gasoline with something like ethanol shield or something on that order. Or use your non-ethanol gasoline, and hopefully that eliminates those problems with it starting. Make sure you got the string, the right size for your weed trimmers. Get that purchased and ready to go. It seems like we go through a lot of that stuff right away into spring. We also want to think about our garden tiller. Again, there's another thing. We can change oil on that. Make sure that it's cleaned up and it's ready to go. Sharpen tines on your garden tiller. It doesn't hurt. They take a lot of abuse and a lot of wear and tear. So if you can take a couple minutes with a little grinder on them and put a little edge on them, take the bumps and the humps off, it'll make it work a little bit easier when you get out in the garden. And then also we want to think about putting our snowblowers away for this season. Thank God. So change the oil on those. Shut the gas off from the tank to the carburetor. Make sure that carburetor is not full of fuel all summer long. And then go ahead and put that away for the winter months. And hopefully we won't see that for a long time again. So anyway, there's some ideas for what you can do for the month of March. Keep you busy, keep you out of the house, get you ready for that full blast of spring that'll be coming here in the later part of April. And I hope you have a great spring, a great growing season. I hope you've had a wonderful winter, and I look forward to visiting with you again. So this is Brian, and hey, keep those fingers dirty.